Well, good old Anheuser-Busch. We haven't talked about Bud Light in a little while, and Bud Light, blew up the channel. We grew massively because we covered Bud Light and the nonsense that was going on, and now the channel was suppressed because of it, so here we are. But hey, we're still going to be putting out videos. We're still going to be having fun, even though my impressions went down. My views went down from about 1.2 million a month to about 180,000, so it just gives you an idea of just how suppressed the channel is, but I don't care. I keep pushing out videos because that's what we do here on this channel. But with that being said, former Anheuser-Busch executive is apparently shocked by the financial hit that was caused from the Dylan Mulvaney disaster. Now, why are they shocked? I have no idea. I don't see why you would consider this a shocking thing. This is why they are completely separated from their customer base, right? They're completely out of touch. Like, they have no actual idea what their customer base is looking for. They used to, because they were the #1 beer in the country, and now it's ever since like some new blood took over, even though they were fired recently. Obviously, Alyssa Herderscheid was let go. Even though they were fired, still they brought in some new blood, and that new blood has no idea what the customer base for Anheuser-Busch or even Bud Light was. They're completely out of touch. They came out of college, or they've been in college. They've been in that college life. They've been indoctrinated. They think everybody's gay, everybody's trans, and that's how you attract young drinkers, because apparently young and gay and trans is all synonymous. Who made that a thing? I'm not really sure. So we're going to get into the article, guys. But of course, before we do, just consider giving this video a like to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing because we're on our way to 25,000 subscribers. So it says former president of operations for Anheuser-Busch, Anton Frericks, is absolutely stunned by the company's Bud Light disaster. That's a strong choice of words, considering that anybody with a brain saw this coming. Like, the moment Dylan Mulvaney got on screen with a Bud Light can, we already knew what was going to happen, right? Like, it was so obvious that this was going to happen if you partnered with Dylan Mulvaney. Now, don't get me wrong, the depth of the backlash that actually happened, I don't think anybody could have predicted that, because it was pretty massive. But to say that it's absolutely shocking that it happened in the first place, I think that's crazy. I really do, because you should not be so out of touch with your customer base to think that partnering with a trans grifter like Dylan Mulvaney was going to not cause any backlash in the first place. You know what I mean? So it says the once popular light beer brand used to be the best selling in America. However, that spot now belongs to Modelo Espresso after BL decided to go woke and team up with Dylan Mulvaney. Sales have fallen off. Anheuser-Busch's stock price is down nearly 12.8% since the Mulvaney promo was posted, and there's no end in sight. Frericks, who used to be one of the highest ranking people in all of Anheuser-Busch, can't believe the situation his former company is now in. He says, "I'm shocked about the financial hit Anheuser-Busch has taken. I think I'm even more shocked, though, that the lack of clear response that the current CEO has delivered during the crisis," Frericks said during an appearance this week on Fox Business. Frericks took aim at the multiple opportunities Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth has had to right the ship, but just fails to do so time and time again. You can watch his full comments below. Now, with that being said, let's be clear, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a fact. Okay, I don't know if he's saying this because he wants to go back to Anheuser-Busch and take over for the CEO, whatever. But it's a fact that the CEO had every chance to make this right. He had every chance to say something, release a statement that was worthwhile. I mean, the guy just sat on it, and every statement he put out was the most vague, middle-of-the-road statement that never actually said anything. All he said was that, "Oh, we've always been America's brand." Well, it's very clear that you weren't, because your company decided to make a decision that a lot of people disagreed with, and you decided to stay quiet on the entire situation. That was a massive mess up on your part, and unfortunately for him, it's probably going to cost him his job at some point in time. Maybe not now, maybe not before, but at some point in the future, I think it's going to cost Whitworth his job, and he will have to step down and be replaced by somebody else. It's only a matter of time, to be honest with you. But with that being said, a simple apology in the first week or less would have been more than enough for a lot of people to move on with their lives, but you guys let it fester and fester and fester, and then what happens? It ends up blowing up in your face, and you get the Dylan Mulvaney debacle that you're in right now. So it says it's truly amazing how bad Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light have bungled up this situation. A quick apology in April likely ends all this nonsense. It's exactly what I said. They should have just did a quick apology, but again, they're stupid. It says instead the companies have attempted to just ignore the situation. It's not working. Bud Light can't tweet without getting ruthlessly roasted, and Anheuser-Busch has lost billions in market cap. Now critics are so dug in that apology likely wouldn't achieve any anything. Furthermore, the pro-transgender community is also hammering Bud Light after Dylan Mulvaney ripped the company for its apparent lack of support. Now, that was the funniest thing to me, all right? The funniest thing to me was that you guys stayed quiet because you didn't want to insult the trans community, right? You wanted to basically bend the knee to the trans community without actually saying anything. But the funny thing is, the trans community turned their back on you. They turned their back on you at the same time that you were trying not to offend them. This is why you cannot base your company off of politics. You can't do it, because if you do, you're going to eventually lose both sides. It's only a matter of time. All it takes is for you to mess up one time and the side that you pander to will now say you're done. Like, they're not going to support you whatsoever. They don't care about you. They don't actually care about your company. They only want you to bolster their cause. That's the only reason why you exist. Otherwise, they have no use for you. Just like you really don't care about their cause and you're only using them for money and profit and virtue signaling. So I guess it goes both ways at the end of the day, but Bud Light definitely took a massive hit, the likes of which they were not expecting, but they could have absolutely shortened this lifespan of this boycott or a consumer shift or whatever the hell you want to call it. They could have ended it very quickly, but they chose not to. They thought that they were too big to fail, and they found out very quickly that there's no such thing. It says there's simply no winning now, and everyone knows it. Whitworth has also not made the situation better. When asked about the Mulvaney disaster on CBS Mornings, he stumbled and fumbled his way around instead of just admitting going woke was an atrocious idea. When asked if he'd do it again, Whitworth rambled about how big social media conversation taking place right now instead of just saying, no, you're bound to win stupid prizes if you play stupid games. Bud Light apparently didn't know that and is finding out in the worst of ways. Where will the carnage go from here? Who knows? But Freric's assessment about being shocked is pretty on point. I don't know if it's pretty on point because, again, I don't know why you'd be shocked. Why would you be shocked? The only way that you're shocked is if you are that out of touch with your customer base that you really thought by putting a tranny up there that was going to sell you beer. Like, I'm just being real with you. If you really thought that, then maybe that's why you're shocked, because that means you are completely out of touch. You are needing to get back to your roots, and the only way you're going to do that is by just doing it. But unfortunately for you, I think it's too late. You took too long to apologize. You took too long to acknowledge the debacle. You took too long to admit you were wrong. I don't even think you have admitted you were wrong at this point. You're just doing PR spin. You're doing PR statements, and you're praying and hoping that it's going to go away. But you continue to lose money every single week, and we laugh at you at the end of the day. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.